Hi guys, how's it going? I'm here by myself, level at 6,000 feet, on my way to the Johnson Airport in Tennessee. Right now I'm currently working on my commercial training. We have to do a long cross-country solo that has a leg that's greater than 250 nautical miles, and I have to land at 3 different airports. Today I'm going to land at 4 different airports in 4 different states, so it should be pretty cool. I decided to theme my cross-country flight to be the Appalachian Mountain Tour, so I'm going to be landing at this airport, Johnson. It's in the middle of a canyon up in Tennessee. It's just a little bit south of Mountain City. So yeah, it's right in the middle of the country. Should be a very beautiful airport to go to.
This was the longest leg of the trip with a distance of 252 nautical miles. It took 2 hours and 48 minutes with a headwind from the south. On the way down, I had a quick bite to eat while keeping my visual scan going. While I was over the New River Gorge Bridge, I could notice the rising terrain coming up in the distance. Because of that terrain, I had to increase my altitude, which put me into a scattered layer of clouds. This is a unique airport because it sits at the bottom of a valley with peaks stretching over 4,600 feet. In order to shoot this approach, I had to fly over Mountain City through a gap in the mountains and then line up with the runway. After I landed, I was greeted by the very welcoming airport manager and took a moment to rest and prepare for the next leg. My next leg was to Asheville, North Carolina. In order to reach my destination, I had to cross 2 major mountain ranges, the Rowan Highlands and the Black Mountains. Departing Johnson County was no problem. I just followed the valley southbound towards North Carolina. Shortly after leveling off, I was able to see the Rowan Highlands out in the distance. The Rowan Highlands are very impressive with their peaks over 6,000 feet, but the highlight of the trip was yet to come. I was approaching the Black Mountains, which contains the largest peak of the Appalachians at 6,684 feet. My flight plan took me within 2 nautical miles of that peak. Looking out the left window at Mount Mitchell was humbling, but to my right there was a deep valley with a town and fields in case of emergency, as well as an alternate airport to land at. I managed to catch a glimpse of Mountain Air in the distance, which is a private airport with the highest runway in Eastern America. The topography of the mountain is very unique. It's home to the Appalachian spruce fir forest, which flies above 5,500 feet. At around 6,200 feet, the peaks are dominated mostly by Fraser fir trees, which gives it the unique dark appearance. It only took a duration of 1 hour over 69 nautical miles to get to Asheville. I did a touch and go and headed straight to Blacksburg, Virginia. The next leg was 148 nautical miles and took 1 hour 18 minutes to complete. After departing Asheville, I was on the east side of the Black Mountains and could see small Kelvin-Helmholtz clouds around Mount Mitchell, which are also called billow clouds.
I think the most interesting part of cruising at 9,000 feet is that the indicated airspeed is so much different than the actual true airspeed.
was also cool to see how the low pressure almost puffed my bag of chips. While I was cruising, I saw that the weather up north was getting a lot worse than what was forecasted. The cold front passage was kicking up some thunderstorms that just were lingering in the area. So at that point, my only option was to stay overnight at Virginia Tech University. Alright, I got the plane chalked with tie downs and the parking brake on, so it's not going anywhere. But like I showed you earlier in the video, there's some really bad weather up in Pittsburgh. Yeah, it says there's moderate ice above 5,500. In order to cross mountains, have to be at 7,000 feet. So there's no way this is going to work out. Not only that, but there's thunderstorms in the area and really low visibility. So I'm going to be stuck here in Blacksburg, Virginia for the overnight, and hopefully I'll get out of here tomorrow. Well, I'm here in a hotel now. I was supposed to go to a Comfort Inn, but Luffy from the airport ended up driving me to the Hyatt instead, so I guess I'm staying here for the night. But yeah, apparently the thunderstorms are really bad and right now. So it's definitely a good call to stay. This is why I always bring an emergency bag with me, so I have clothes to sleep in. And yeah, I'm on a bus now in Virginia Tech, trying to get back to the airport. So I'm practically like a local student at this point. See this beautiful sky clear, winds calm conditions here, but up in Pittsburgh it's pretty low overcast at 900 feet, and freezing level is around 5,000 feet, so it's going to be an interesting way back. Yeah, that bus driver was cool enough to drive me straight to the airport and didn't charge me anything, so that was cool. Clouds were low enough and temperatures were high enough to fly VFR on top, GPS direct. The flight took 2 hours 18 minutes over 190 nautical miles. This was the first time flying VFR on top for me. It gave me plenty of time to enjoy the views, reflect on the trip, and eat the chips I bought the day before. This has by far been the longest trip I've been on so far, and the farthest that I've ever flown. I'm very grateful that the flight school approved of this trip and allowed me to have this life experience.